Local 4 News starts now with a forewarned weather alert.
An afternoon of severe weather stretches into the evening as some watches and warnings expire. New ones popping up to take their place on the heels of some rough conditions, especially in the Michigan Thumb today.
That's right. This is what it looked like in Decker. That's Sanilac County near the storm that produced a tornado warning. Yes, this image, just one of many sent to us through MyPics.
Weekend could bring some more storms, too. Kim Adams tracking it all. Let's start with her on Local 4 News at 6. Kim.
Well, let's start with what we still have going on. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning that includes parts of northeastern Macomb County over into St. Clair County. So I want to focus on that first. Directly over the city of Richmond, it expires at 6:45. Main concern from this storm, high winds and large hail, as much as 1.25 inches. That's golf ball size hail. So if you live in Casco or New Haven, all the way down to Marine City, you want to be kind of on alert here, as this will be moving through your area very shortly. 1.5 inches hail reported in Richmond. Also a lot of heavy rain. We've had a lot of rain and even those 2 thunderstorm tornado warnings up to our north earlier this afternoon. We're seeing this little outflow boundary here. It's like an area, almost like a gust front, where it's rain cooled air and some more thunderstorms still firing along it. But we also have one cell down here over Melvindale and Ecorse that I want to go a little closer in on. It's in Lincoln Park. Not severe, but if you're in Lincoln Park, eventually to River Rouge and then downtown Detroit, you'll get a good soaking rain here, possibly even some thunder and lightning, but that is not severe. The only severe thunderstorm warning we have right now is up to our north, and that expires at 6:45. But I was talking about this gust front here. It's also known as an outflow boundary. It's rain-cooled air from a thunderstorm, and you can see thunderstorms develop along it, and you can see exactly where it is just looking at temperatures. Look at Port Huron is at 68 degrees, but you go over to Howell, and it's 85. So really, depending on where you live, depends on what you're getting this evening. We're not completely out of the woods just yet. Until 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, we could still see a couple thunderstorms pop up here and there. And then tomorrow we go under another marginal risk for severe weather, but it does not include Livingston, Oakland, and most of Macomb County, just that border right there around the Grosse Points into Wayne County. We do expect another area of large hail, localized flooding, damaging winds. Round 1 in the morning, round 2 in the evening. I'll time it out for you hour by hour in just a couple of minutes.
All right, Kim. Tonight we are getting more insight into the arrest of a Ford Motor Company executive.
Frank Louis Victor, CEO of Ford Next LLC, is charged with aggravated felonious assault and arson involving his wife. Local 4's Rod Maloney is live tonight with what he's seeing in the police report. Rod.
Yeah, we just got this. It talks about both sides of what happened over the weekend in Bloomfield Township. Turns out the couple admit that they're on the edge of a divorce here, and that Sue Kim, the wife, had gone away for a week or two to go spend time with her father, who was ailing, returned to the house and discovered that her clothes had been moved to another bedroom. That's when everything started. Sue Kim and Frank Louis Victor have lived the past couple of years here in Bloomfield Township. Over the weekend, Kim returned home and an argument started over who needed to move out of the bedroom. As things heated, Kim told Bloomfield Township Police her husband removed 2 Hermès purses, wedding gifts worth $10,000 each, one black and one white, from the bedroom and took them to his workshop. There in the basement, he took out a butane torch, and when she attempted to grab the purses, he waved the lit butane torch approximately 2 feet from her face, slapped her with his open right hand along her left jawline, and yelled, "You deserve it." And then things escalated. The report saying she pushed him away, and he yelled, "You forced me to use the spare room," then headbutted her forehead. Frank admitted to police he did slap his wife, though not very hard, and he denies this next part. Kim told police that he struck her with his Google Hub smart screen, attempted to wipe blood away with a tissue, and claimed he struck her accidentally. The 50-year-old Louis Victor holds a lofty position at Ford, vice president of new business platforms, and also is in charge of the Ford Next subsidiary, expected to create new revenue streams. The judge granted a $25,000 cash bond, which he posted. He's due back in court next week. Now, there is a strange twist to all of this. Sue Kim put out a statement basically saying that she loves her husband very much, has never seen this kind of behavior from him before, and asked for privacy as this case moves forward. Back to you.
Well, Rod, what about his job? What do we know about his employment status with Ford tonight?
Well, I spoke with the folks over at Ford today. They tell me he is still with the company, and it looks like they want to see how this legal process plays out before making any decisions.
Okay, appreciate it, Rod.
Michigan State Police are called in to investigate after Lincoln Park police shot a man overnight. Details on what happened exactly pretty limited at this hour. We do know there was some kind of altercation between a suspect and officers in the 1500 block of Marion. He tried to drive away, then was captured near I-75 and Schaefer in Detroit. The suspect in the case is in the hospital, though it's expected he's going to recover.
The animal shelter in Taylor is closed and getting a deep cleaning due to a case of parvo. Sean Lay went there to have a look today. Sean joins us live with what dog owners should know about this. Sean.
We all love our pets, our dogs. At a dog park, something like that, you don't want your dog sniffing something that may have a deadly virus in it. One case of parvo now, that's popping up. We heard about this years and years ago, but now a new case shutting down a local shelter. Here's what's happening to keep your dog safe. Here's what you need to know.
It's an airborne virus that dogs can get mainly from stools. It's contagious, highly contagious disease.
Signs on the doors of the Taylor Animal Shelter make it clear. The facility is closed. It shut down Wednesday. It will not reopen until next week. It will not accept animals coming in. The 20 dogs inside are not being adopted out for now. A virus that scared all of us dog lovers decades ago is back. One pup was brought in to the shelter this week, later found suffering from parvo. Taylor's Matt Bonza says parvo hasn't been seen here in 6 years. Taylor is working to prevent an outbreak. Parvo even impacting how he has to sanitize his clothes and shoes after being in this shelter.
I have 3 dogs. They're all kept up on shots because of something like this happening. I mean, I'm working in here bringing it, because we can bring it home on us. It's highly contagious. It's airborne. It can be on our shoes. It can be on our clothes.
Parvo vaccines, the key to preventing the deadly virus in your dog and preventing the spread. But during pandemic times and in today's economy where money is so tight, dog owners may be putting off vet visits, vaccines, and high vet bills, ushering parvo back in.
Alarmed right away because there's all the other animals in the shelter.
Yeah, shelter dogs, very serious situation there with one dog testing for parvo. We're all concerned about, vet costs, but we also want to take good care of our vets. Guys, here's the deal. That in Taylor, they do offer a low-cost vet clinic 2 times a month, and that parvo shot, which also includes other things for other viruses, is $64. So something to look into if you've been putting that off for your dogs. Back to you.
Sean, I didn't realize how highly contagious this is. Have there been any signs of parvo spreading at this point?
This is why this is on the news. You can think back maybe 20, 25 years ago. Parvo was a big deal before people really started vaccinating for it, and people were really concerned it would spread and kill their dogs. Here, they have the one dog isolated. It's doing well, and they've been testing the other dogs, and it has not spread yet. Doing a good job keeping things clean, keeping things shut down, and then they'll reopen sometime next month.
That deep cleaning should help. Okay, Sean, we appreciate it. A Detroit City Council member is calling out Stellantis, demanding an explanation about the strong odor still coming from its Mack assembly plant.
Following years of complaints from residents and several violations issued by the state, the automaker said last month new technology was installed to eliminate the strong smell. Well, we went back to Mack and Beneteau to check on the situation this week, and the odor was stronger than any of the several previous times our reporters had been there.
Well, now Council member Letitia Johnson is calling on Stellantis to investigate the issue immediately and to appear before the council to explain what's going on. She also feels people living near the plant should be given the option to swap their current home for a Detroit Land Bank rehabbed and ready home. And for those who prefer to stay, she wants Stellantis to pay to have those homes retrofitted with new HVAC systems and air filters. We're committed to following this story until there's a resolution.
A boat explodes on Belleville Lake in Wayne County. The vessel destroyed, and yet somehow all 5 people on board survived. Days later, Megan Woods caught up with one of the people who made that possible. Megan joins us live with the story of how a DNR staff member helped with the rescue. Megan, I can hardly even picture this in my mind.
It is an incredible story. So just imagine you and 4 friends or maybe 4 family members decide to spend the afternoon on the boat on Belleville Lake. Well, that's what happened here, except the afternoon took a turn for the worse. We spoke to that woman who not only saw it as it unfolded, but she jumped into action.
I didn't have time to think. I didn't have time to anything. I just reacted.
Judy Brothers works here at the Belleville Lake East Boat Launch and says one moment 5 people are relaxing on a boat.
They were actually probably right between these two here, probably about 10 feet out.
And the next,
And I heard an explosion. So I looked out the window, saw the fire.
and called 911. The 5 people were still on the boat.
They did have life jackets on, the 2 that said they couldn't swim. And we're just, me and other people down there are just telling them to get off the boat, get off the boat. They finally jumped in, and within seconds, that boat just blew.
All 5 made it back to the dock, shaken up, but safe. That was July 1st, and today...
You never know whose people's lives you touch, right?
Nope.
Yeah. We're really, really proud of her actions.
Tracy Sencock, Judy's park supervisor, is showing her appreciation. Judy was hired to check in visitors and doesn't have specialized emergency training.
I think no one ever really they never really think about how they're going to react in an emergency situation. They just act. And your innate feeling about what you needed to do just came into play.
So Judy received a special DNR coin to honor her actions from Tracy, but also from her division leader. Also got a handwritten note, but they plan, or they at least hope, to honor her in a much bigger way in the future. Reporting live, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Boy, so extraordinary. All right, Megan.